Good morning and welcome to the Purple Chairs at DCHQ Studios. We just wanted to jump on here today just to talk about a few things that's going on in the sort of EV world. So myself and Adrian just said we'd have a coffee, come on, have a chat, just shoot the breeze in terms of what's going on in the industry at the moment. There's a couple of things going on with Tesla, with the price drops, the announcement of right-hand drive being taken off the market, so no longer doing right-hand drive into sort of Australia, UK, Ireland, etc. And just depreciation levels in general with EVs. There's some things going on in the market that we feel that we probably need to have a chat about and just get some feedback on it. So Adrian, good morning.
How are you getting on?
Good.
That's actually a green juice that I made myself.
It looks really appetizing, by the way.
If you want to go into my bio, you'll see how it's made. I know. So what do you want to talk about first? Tesla, I suppose.
Yeah, Tesla, we all know, and it's old news now, that they did some price drops. I think it was in January, February, but it's had a knock-on effect in the market in terms of values with other brands. I think Ford, who stopped production of the Mach-E and then restarted it but changed the prices, dropped the prices. So it's shaken the EV world a little bit in terms of values. Now, knock on again from that is dealers that stock EVs, like pre-owned or second-hand EVs, it sort of had a knock-on effect on their values as well.
It fell off a cliff. So you would have taken delivery of a Model 3 or Model Y in, say, December 22, and then by mid-January, they were down 12 grand or 10 grand.
Yeah, and this is not a Tesla bashing YouTube video today. But I do feel for some customers that ordered Teslas, paid for them by the end of 2022, and then there was a price drop in 2023, and they didn't see the benefit of that. So I do feel for customers.
It's the ultimate business development company. So if you're a new time customer buying a car, it's great product, great price point. But if you have bought a car and you're the second, so if you're a customer, forget about being looked after that, unless you're buying. And that's the way it is, but they make no bones about it. It's not, when Tesla do something in the market, they blew the market out of the water back in 2012, 2014 when the cars first came out. Blew it out of the water, now everyone's chasing them. And so the way it's working, if they make a decision today, it ripples the whole market just like that. So he can change, or Elon Musk or Tesla boys can change a price across the world within an hour. Like, it's a phenomenal achievement in that sense. The problem is that it ripples the market. So the likes of the Mach-E you're talking about, they dropped 5 grand. Polestar dropped money. So they're all chasing. And then this other thing about people that would put, I suppose up to 2 years ago, put deposits down in the new Model S or the Model X. And then they realised that it's probably not going to make money. The right-hand drive market, being UK, Australia and Ireland, is not really as big as the China side of the world or America. So they're just going to hand grenade it, lads. We're stopping it. And if you want to buy instead of that, take your deposit and put onto a Model 3 or Model Y, we'll give you an extra 2 grand. Or, which is bizarre, get a left-hand drive in Ireland.
The left-hand drive.
How does the McDonald's drive-through work then?
It's not even that, car parks, but I think there's an insurance play there. I don't think it's as straightforward as to get a left-hand drive and just put it in your driveway. I don't think it's as straightforward as people, or Tesla might think that you can just drive a left-hand drive.
No one's going to buy a left-hand drive. They're just not. Why would you pay 100 plus grand for a left-hand drive car? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and this is a personal opinion, the Tesla thing irritates me in fact that, in 2014, you could buy a Model S and buy full self-drive for 6,000 or 7,000, whatever the price was. And we're 7, 8 years, 9 years, and it's still not out in the market. And customers have put down money for a full self-drive or paid for it up front and never got it. So I don't know. The Cybertruck, for me, another one, I can't see it coming to the right-hand drive market because I think there's a pedestrian safety thing with the way that car is shaped. I think it's okay for the American market, but I can't see it coming to Europe unless I'm wrong, but I don't know. And I think the whole aspect of Tesla changing the goalposts is not really holding well with the Teslarati customers.
But they do it because they can't. So as long as people are banging down the door to get your product, that's what I'm saying. A vast majority of customers will be annoyed. There's other guys coming into the market. So you suddenly, your Model 3 that might have been 57 grand is suddenly 43 or whatever it is. They're the guys that love the product, because at the end of the day, love them or loathe them, best technology by a country mile. The Model 3 at the price point that it is now, whether it's standard range, even up to performance, is the best car in the market for overall. It mightn't be the best looking car, but tech, drive, it's just the best. It just is the best car.
I agree.
So, they've blown the market out of the water. It's like the stock exchange. They make a decision and everything changes. Like the power of that product is phenomenal. Like it is phenomenal now. Whether the long term,
well, the customer loyalty thing is not there.
No, but the long term loyalty. But again, it's a numbers game. So we'll all be moaning here in Ireland about it, and they'll realise that it's such a small part of it. It's a numbers game. So if there's more happy than sad, say, they don't really care. They don't care. They never really cared about their
I said
customers.
to you, I agree with you. I'm not putting down Tesla, but some of the decisions I don't get. Like we were over with Lucid in Munich recently for the Air launch, and we spoke to one of the key guys there, and he was saying the right-hand drive orders, even though we still have no idea when that's going to happen, was fairly strong in the UK on the Lucid. So I still don't understand. Like I know, it's a smaller market, but I do still not understand. Like Australia is quite a big market. Certain parts of China, right-hand drive, Hong Kong, and stuff like that. I'm still not 100%. I understand that the volume play with Tesla is the big thing.
It's
so
market
the 3
share.
and the Y, it's been built in Germany now and in China, and I know the S and the X are built in America. I still don't get it, but as you said earlier on, it's just they make these decisions, wake up one morning and say, right, we're not going to do that anymore.
But they're not going to change. That's what I'm saying. It's what mood am I in today kind of thing, and then it's sure, from experience we've talked to people in Tesla. Should the public know before they do? That's just the way you're talking to you're talking to your employees through Twitter or whatever. But anyway, look, Tesla is Tesla. It's still a revolutionary product. It's still best in the market, and people are trying to chase them. That's just the way it is. But my thing about long-term customer satisfaction will be interesting. So when the likes of the Audis, BMWs, all them kind of guys, Polestars of the world, when their tech is as good as Tesla's, then it'll change. The likes of all the Chinese brands coming in now will change the game. But
the other thing, we'll move on from Tesla, but the knock-on effect. So we're seeing, with some of our customers and some of the feeling out there is that we are seeing that values of EVs dropping dramatically.
Yeah.
Some of the Audi Q4s,
high-end stuff.
Yeah,
expensive
Polestar. We even see it with the e-tron GT. These cars were like 150, 160 grand. The appetite is not there at the moment with that price point. So I think, one thing you could say about it is that EVs shot up in value, and it was sort of skewing the market because of COVID. But I honestly think it's normalizing now, and I always think EVs were probably a hard depreciating asset anyway. But I do see now that it's sort of going more of a normal way with EVs. So that aspect of it, I think it's worrying with the sort of 50, 60 grand cars, because we are seeing some customers going back after 6 months and getting, much lower values than they did. But also in the UK, we've just noted as well that some of the, the webuyanycars or cashforcars websites, motorway, are actually not buying EVs at the moment. They put a hold on buying EVs. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. So, yeah.
But you see, the thing is, when the Audi e-tron GTs or the Taycans and all these kind of high-end, super high-end electric cars, no one really knew how to price a car. So they just go top end. Or Polestar came in, it was 70 grand. Model S's, back in the day, we were supplying, you know, performance Model S for 200 grand. Model X's were 200 grand. Like they never should have been 200 grand.
No.
Although expensive to produce for sure, but it's now kind of it's at that point where the new entry level nearly was 50 grand, which is insane, right? So now you have a Taycan that you pay 200 grand for, a Turbo S, say. That car within a year is probably worth 130 grand, just like that. Audi e-tron GT, the same, just off a cliff. We noticed the appetite for like the Polestar, the first generation Polestar, not much appetite for it. So people want the new. So what happens to the 2 or 3-year-old EV6? Or what happens to another one with the Audi Q4 e-tron? Like you spec that up, fully loaded, was 82 grand. Be lucky to get, I don't know, 50 grand like a year later. So this is a real reality play. So you can go into the same dealership that you've paid 80 grand for, and they'll offer you like 45 grand. And they'll say, oh, but get into our new one. And you're thinking, it was like the Audi, the e-tron, the Jeep one, the 50 battery, which was 93 grand at one stage for an S-Line. Fell off a cliff because no one wanted a 50. Discontinued that, brought out the 55, which is a far better car, more range. And the 50s kind of was 93 grand, suddenly it's 50 grand after 2 years. So that kind of thing. And then people's opinions, people's eyes are changing all the time from all these brands coming out. So depreciation is a hidden secret that's going on big time in the world. And so I see it as a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, as I said to you, I think there's two aspects to it. There's the depreciation levels that are extreme now, and then a couple of months ago when there was a lack of supply and COVID, they were holding their values. I generally think it's normalising. I think electric vehicles have a higher depreciation level, and it was always when it was going to hit the point of the key 30 to 40 grand mark, that's where is the sweet spot in terms of buying an EV. Anything sort of 50, 60, 100k plus, there's always a higher level of depreciation. So so that's
the iX BMW.
iX, I think that was earlier this year. It was the highest depreciating car,
which is I think it's a sensational car. It is a sensational car. But the thing is, you know, you play on the supply thing, so it stabilises prices. But now that it's opening up a bit, so my thought on, say, even the iconic 5 and 6. They're all shiny and new now, but what in 3 years really is it going to be worth? You know, I think they'll cliff all the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you always have to take into consideration the battery size, the battery technology, and also the technology. That's always going to have an effect. It's like if you buy an iPhone, when you go 2 generations down, it drops in value. So, I mean, it's the same sort of aspect with electric vehicles.
But if you have someone like Tesla, who are the kings of the electric world, right? Regardless of what anyone says, we're talking volume and history. They're capable of doing anything at any time, anywhere. And people, it's a reactive, it's not proactive from everyone else. So they can, and they have done over the last 12 months, just completely made people go, oh, geez, what we do? Should we follow them? Should we drop a 5 grand?
No, you're right.
So I think when you have kind of outliers like that, or people that can change the game, unless you're fully structured and have like a 10-year plan as a brand, you know, you're susceptible to react, which is, it's great for the customer, but it's not for the, I can't see someone like the days where you owned a 3 Series, then you got a 5 Series, and you a BMW true and true, or Mercedes true and true, or Audi true and true. I think them days are gone. There's too many things coming out that
there's a lot of Chinese brands coming into the market, which is sort of, you know, the MG4 for me is a great car for the money. The BYD, another great car for the money. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. That's having the knock-on effect with other vehicles, the historical Volkswagens, Audis, BMW, etc. And some aspects Tesla. I think that's why Tesla reacted, because that sweet spot around the 30, 40 grand mark is what people want.
That's the play, yeah, because it's never. But I think even BMW, I could be wrong, that, you know, the likes of the X5s or 7 Series, they never made money. It was the 5 Series BMW. There was the F10, was it?
Yeah.
In 2009 or whatever. That was a sweet spot because it was, I don't know, 60 grand or whatever. But that's where they're making money. Everything else above that, like in general terms, it's
well,
too
look,
expensive.
at the same time, you could buy an E-Class for 60 grand, but if you get an EQE now, it's 100 grand.
Yeah.
So that executive level's gone up and up and up.
But they're building a new E-Class, you know that? Like, it's not a EQE or whatever, which is actually a lovely car. But so look, I think depreciation is a conversation that needs to be talked about, because no one is. And we're obviously in the coal face and we see this. But, you know, good luck for me in my e-tron GT going in, with my 2021 e-tron GT going in and getting a 2023 GT. Like, it'd be laughable what they'll say to you. It'll be 40 grand to change or 50 grand to change. So, but anyway, it's a good point to bring up though.
Yeah, look.
Inverness.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our chat, and you know, keep an eye on the website, or keep an eye on our YouTube channel or our socials for any other content coming through. And we appreciate any feedback, any comments.
Good feedback, obviously.
And until the next time, we'll see you then.
Peace.